Huh. Can't believe it's time to say goodbye to everybody again. What's our ending gonna be? What's gonna happen? I sighed as I zipped up my rolling bag. The tent area was deserted. Everyone had either packed up and left, or were in the process. At the main entrance, I could see Sherry and the excavation team thanking the students as they departed. People were exchanging goodbyes along with hugs or adding phone numbers. Hey girls. Thanks for reaching out to me. It made me feel welcome here. It wasn't a problem. I know you were here to focus on your education, but it was nice chatting with you. If you ever visit Belgium again, we'll love to show you around. Take care, Melissa. Bye, Joan. Thanks, you too. DeAndre clapped me on the shoulder, grinning widely.
It was great meeting you, Mel. I hope you enjoyed Belgium, even if Corinne was only a small representation.
I did. Thanks for making me feel welcomed here, DeAndre. You take care of yourself.
You too. If you're ever in the area, let me know and we'll hang out again.
He raised his phone as a friendly gesture, then left as well.
And I forgot something.
Oh? Well, this is new. It just means we'll never truly say goodbye. What was that? What happened? Oh. Oh, he, forgot to go get something before he left. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't do this to me, DeAndre. Shoji stood to the side, quietly digging his toe into the gravel. It was nice meeting you, Shoji. Same here. Good luck with your archaeology. Thanks. Enjoy the rest of your summer. I mustered up my best smile as he left. I wanted to properly say goodbye to KYLER, but he seemed absorbed in his conversation with Hendrik. Instead, I waved to a few other departing students. Once they were gone, I twirled around and hugged Sherry tightly, not caring that the others witnessed this. Sherry, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for this experience. I'm so happy you accepted me for this field school. I'm not exaggerating when I say this was one of the best times of my life. Thank you for sharing this with me. I met so many wonderful people. I learned so much. I want to keep doing this. She patted me on the shoulder sympathetically, allowing me to calm down first. I'm glad. You know, you'll always be welcome back. I struggled to speak, but the offer caused my chest to tighten and I could only sob louder. It felt like a second home to me already in these 2 months. The routine, the earthy smell I swore I could never escape from, the digging in the cave, the sour fumes from the lab, the stupid drunken antics, the language barrier, the mundane camp food, the creaking museum roof, Hendrik's spiels, Rosemary's enthusiasm, even Augustine's lectures. I didn't want it to end. Thank you. I can't even express how much I'll miss this place. Thank you for teaching me. I learned more here than I ever have in any classroom. Nothing like experiencing the real thing, huh? It always makes me happy when students develop an appreciation for stone tools. Don't be a stranger now.
I am pleased to know that you have found it to be a meaningful opportunity. Any of Sherry's students are allowed to return. Great dig, Petite Fleur.
Thank you, everyone. And KYLER. KYLER stiffened at being mentioned, but gave a little nod in response. He seemed to be mulling over something, his feet rooted to the spot. You're going to miss the train if you don't leave now. Right. I still need to grab something. He briskly walked toward the tent area, and Sherry continued the conversation. Be sure to email me so I know you arrived home safe and sound. You will receive your grade before your semester starts. Thank you. I waved them off as they departed. As soon as their vehicles were out of sight, I made a beeline to the back to find KYLER. I'm kind of hurt. I've got a weird twinge in my heart because I've got, DeAndre, who I loved, is talking to, my now boo, who I've also fallen in love with now. I love these two guys. They're just great. Ugh, man. Why you gotta make my heart twinge, game? Anyway, I spotted him when I rounded the corner and skidded to a halt. KYLER and DeAndre were having a conversation, and I didn't want to interrupt. Oh! DeAndre had an encouraging look on his face, and he suddenly slapped KYLER on the back. There was so much force that KYLER leaned over, coughing.
Bonne chance.
Good chance? Or good luck?
Merci.
What was that about? As DeAndre passed, he gave me a nod of acknowledgement. Is he wishing us luck? That's so weird! He's like, good luck, bro. Make me proud. I approached KYLER, who had recovered from the physical support.
What time do you leave tomorrow?
I have to be at the airport in Brussels by 8 a.m.
If you'd like, I could stay overnight and drive you there first thing in the morning.
Are you sure? I'd hate to impose.
Not at all. If possible, there's something I'd like to share with you.
Intrigued by his hopeful tone, I smiled at the thought of being able to spend more time together. Oh? And what's that?
You'll see when I return.
I look forward to it. What you got planned? Is he ready yet? As soon as KYLER returned, he ordered me to remain in the lab while he prepared something outside, and stressed no peeking. I already rolled out that the surprise was something edible.
Melissa, you can come out now.
I stopped spinning in my chair and eagerly stood to follow him. KYLER opened the door leading outside, kindly reminding me to put on my hoodie. Ooh! There was a thin white telescope propped up on a tail. Goodness grief. A tall tripod. You stargaze? Why are we shocked by this? He wears a hoodie that is covered in constellations. He tells us he loves looking at stars. You stargaze? What? I mean, look at this. He's got the freaking Big Dipper on his hoodie, Melissa.
It's one of my main hobbies.
Why am I not surprised? You either stare directly down at the dirt, or stare up at the sky, rarely eye level.
I open my heart to you, and you tread all over it.
Hey, I'm treading lightly at least. It's just an observation.
A rather astute observation, now that you mention it.
I positioned myself next to the telescope and peered into what I assumed was the eyepiece. I blinked, seeing nothing, and KYLER chuckled.
That's the mirror cell.
He approached and tapped a protruding focuser positioned at the back.
You see through this.
He then gestured to a cement block underneath it, which would give me a nice boost.
Right now it's positioned to look at the stars, but do you have any requests?
How powerful is it? Can you see one of the planets? He brightened, then fiddled with the knob under the telescope and adjusted the device.
Sadly, Jupiter is too close to the sun at this time to be observed, but, Saturn should be near Scorpius.
After looking through the eyepiece, he nodded in satisfaction, stepping back to allow me room. On the block, I peered through the lens, half expecting a blurry yellow dot. I was surprised by how recognizable Saturn was despite some haze. I could distinguish the swirly yellow rings around the amberish planet, even the banded pattern of its atmosphere. Wow. Must have a really nice telescope. I withdrew from the eyepiece, trying to perceive where Saturn was with the naked eye, but I could not pick it out from the thousands of stars in the night sky. That's amazing! I mean, I've seen Saturn dozens of times in photographs and stuff, but actually seeing it... It's out of this world. I had no idea home telescopes were this powerful nowadays. This is so cool. I felt like a broken record, but it was seriously astonishing. I had never given much attention to stargazing myself. It sounded boring.
You remind me of myself when I first started stargazing.
You? Acting like a giddy child? I find that hard to believe.
I can get excited over things.
He delivered that stubborn line monotonously. His shoulder lightly grazed mine as he leaned to my eye level.
Would you like to see one of the nebulae? It's easier when the sky isn't lit up by the moon, but we can still observe them.
Sure. I shuffled to the edge of the cement blocks. As soon as he finished, I scooted between him and the telescope, nearly banging my head into the repositioned eyepiece from anticipation. Once my vision focused, I could spot a gray, hazy, donut-shaped object. What is it?
It's M57, also known as the Ring Nebula. It's a popular one to find during the summer.
I can see why you enjoy astronomy. It's relaxing and quiet. With the right company.
And there's always something new. At first glance, it seems the starry sky is unchanging, but then you watch the meteor showers, observe the planet's rotations, the phases of the moon.
Similar to the feeling when you're digging in your own square and discover something?
Right, and both give you a window to the past.
Wait, the past?
Are you familiar with light years?
A bit. I remember being told that the sun's light takes 8 minutes to reach Earth. For some reason, that fact always stuck with me. I likely read it off one of those "Did you know that" cards that come with bubblegum.
Right. Well, what you're seeing now is what the Ring Nebula looked like over 2,000 years ago, due to the distance that the light travels.
A beat passed, and I gazed back at the sky unaided by the telescope. We saw stars that might not even be there anymore. It's pretty neat, actually. As cliché as it sounds, I'm starting to understand the whole feeling small compared to the cosmic scale of the universe thing. Achoo! An abrupt sneeze interrupted my profound philosophy, and I wiped my nose with my sleeve.
Cold again already.
No, but it is getting chilly. It's probably close to midnight.
I apologize. You have to get up early, and here we are stargazing late into the night. It's selfish, but I wanted to spend as much time with you as I could before you leave.
Oh, that romantic music's playing again. Before I could vocalize similar thoughts, he averted his blushing face and reached for the navigator knob in front of me. His chest hovered close to my back as his arm brushed beside mine.
I could show you Vega if you want. It's right above the Ring Nebula, and the 5th brightest star in...
He's got that's not the focuser, and that's her cheek. KYLER, that is her cheek. He trailed off as his eyes met mine. Positioned between him and the telescope, I turned to face him. KYLER removed his hand from the device and gingerly cupped my jawline, his thumb stroking my cheek. He leaned down, but stopped momentarily, his eyes gauging my expression for permission. I tilted my head in response. Finally, the kiss! Yes! Yes, there it is! Ah! The kiss was soft and reserved, as gentle as the glow of the starry sky. Yet that simple gesture completely captivated me. I felt the warmth of his lips radiate through mine, promising devotion and tenderness. I parted my mouth and inhaled, detecting the familiar earthy scent. A spark was kindled, and his kiss deepened, while his other hand cradled the small of my back. For that moment, I forgot about our surroundings and focused on his touch. After we parted, KYLER looked away to hide his vivid blush.
Can't believe I
struggled to speak, and yet everything we wanted to say was already said. I wrapped my arms around him. You don't say! Wow, this is a bombshell about to drop right here.
I like you, Melissa. I don't like the long distance.
Aww! Oh, gosh. You're breaking my heart over here. I giggled at his comment, remembering the campfire game.
We'll see each other again, right?
I promise. I can't say how soon, but I want to. I admit I'm a little worried since it'd be a long-distance relationship.
It'll be hard, but if we remain committed to each other... I'm serious about you, Melissa. You're the first person I've felt this deeply for. I'd like you to be a part of my life, if that's possible. I'm not expressing myself articulately, am I?
No, if anything, I feel the same way. You weren't exactly the most approachable person at first, but I can't imagine working alongside anyone else now. I know you tend to keep to yourself, and it wasn't easy opening up to me, but I'm glad you did.
Me too. It's hard to explain, but I feel like I've become a better person. Or at least I'm striving to. I was able to make amends with Hendrik, let go of some negative baggage, become more sociable. Thank you for everything.
I don't think I did much, besides pester you.
It was the push I needed. I hope you keep pestering me. We should probably retire. It's getting late.
I shook my head, then grasped his hand, tugging him forward until my back was against his chest. No. One more star. This is my last night here, after all.
As you wish.
Oh gosh, now we got Princess Bride stuff going up in here. Ugh, gosh, dying. I forced myself out of KYLER's car, fighting the churning emotions that left me hollow. After KYLER set the luggage on the curb, I straightened my posture, determined to depart on a positive note.
I hope we didn't forget anything.
No, this is it. Thank you for driving me, KYLER.
It was no trouble. I'll even pick you up when you return if it's arrangeable.
Hearing that, I hugged KYLER tightly. We remained in that embrace until a loud honk reminded us we were in a drop-off lane, and I hastily grabbed my luggage.
You have my contact information. Please email me when you land so I know you arrived safely.
Of course. Knowing it would be harder to leave if I kept stalling, I extended the handle of the rolling luggage and stepped up on the curb. Using the extra inches in height, we exchanged a brief kiss, feeling pressured by the vehicle lineup that was increasing behind us.
Wait, before you go.
He raised his left arm until it hovered by his chest, exposing the palm straight upward. What are you signing? Gently, he kissed the fingertips of his other hand, then played it on top of his palm. Once he had demonstrated, I mimicked the action. Ooh! Oh, it's a getting spicy up in here, yes. I'm so sorry for all this fangirling, but I'm just like loving everything about this.
It's the sign for lover.
I glanced at my joined hands, understanding the gesture. I'll see you again soon, promise. We'll be together again before you know it.
Promise. Take care, Melissa.
Later. Any additional words trailed off, and I could only give him a weak nod as I grabbed my luggage. After wheeling a few steps toward the entrance, I stopped and looked back, cupping my mouth with my hand. I wanted this farewell to be memorable and happy, so... KYLER, I love you!
I love you too.
His flustered reaction raised my spirits and stopped the tears that formed at the corners of my eyes. Encouraged, I weaved my way through the crowd, smiling over our goodbye. We didn't run away with him. He was very responsible and got us on our flight. No wonder Sherry was like, okay, I don't have to worry about her running off like I had with DeAndre. Oh my goodness. Okay, give me that sweet, sweet epilogue game. What you got for me? What you got for me? How does it all end? 4 months later. Ta-da! This is my bedroom. Looks like my mom didn't convert it into a hot tub room like she said she would. KYLER entered and placed his luggage down for the time being. He examined the surroundings with interest.
It's bigger than my new bedroom.
Ah, right, he recently moved to Germany. I can't say it enough, but congrats on graduating. Now I can look at you with envy since I got 2 more years to go.
You'll pull through. How was it being Sherry's personal assistant?
Oh, that. Not sure how I got that role. It just sort of happened. I've been helping her clean and preserve animal bones. Roadkill smells terrible, but someone has to do it. I don't know how I managed to maintain my grades. It feels odd knowing people are placing high expectations of you. I hope I don't mess up somewhere. I chuckled, trying to ease off the anxiety that built up in the last few months. It dissipated when KYLER gazed admiringly at me.
I know you can do it. If you're unsure of something, I'll walk through it with you.
Thanks. It's comforting to know someone had already trailblazed ahead. I mean, you're already excavating at a site. That's amazing. How did the procedure go? We moved over to the bed, which KYLER gratefully sat down. The flight was a long one for him.
I applied for a few archaeological sites in Belgium and neighboring countries. but the first response was from a cave site in Germany. I thought you needed to speak fluent German, but Hendrik introduced me to a few chief archaeologists and put a good word in. I feel as if I'm relying on him.
It's not relying, sorta. Think of it as Hendrik vouching for your hard work. He wouldn't have done it if he didn't feel you were up to it. It's your skill that got you there, but networking doesn't hurt.
Right. Thank you.
And how's everyone doing back home?
Hendrik's doing fine. Rosemarie, too. I haven't been able to keep in contact much with DeAndre, but he's been pretty busy with the league. He's becoming a sort of star athlete. Shoji's declared his engineering major, and he's planning to move out next year.
Ah, yes, he's grown in the past few months. I'm really happy for him. And your parents? He stiffened, and at first I thought the news was bad, but he smiled faintly.
Our relationship has gotten easier. The university launched this giant research project that included collecting sign language data, and I help out a bit. They're creating a referential corpus for linguistic purposes, and to make LSFB more accessible. I'm not fond of the video recordings of my gestures. I hope they take them off the website soon since they're placeholders.
I thought you looked great. You were adorable when you signed Lover. Did you have a certain someone on your mind?
Maybe.
His murmur caused me to chuckle, and I gently moved over to a topic he would enjoy. Speaking of websites, I checked the museum hours for the La Brea tar pits. I mentioned it before since I knew it'd be something you'd like to check out.
Is it true you can still see the tar pits? Can you observe them digging? How do you dig in a tar pit anyway? It has to be extremely messy.
Yeah, there's a few pits still open. And there's a lot of completed skeletons displayed everywhere, and on one side there's a glass window, and you can see curators cleaning the bones.
Live bone cleaning? What are the hours to see that? And how far back do the tar pits go chronological-wise? Pleistocene.
What was this? It was like I was describing an amusement park to a 10-year-old who had never gone before. He really did get excited over things. It goes back 40,000 years. I know it's not as dated as our squares, but there's less cave bear. I scooched over until our knees touched, reveling in the fact he was here again in person. I'm really glad you're here, KYLER. The last few months weren't easy. He mustered up a smile and drew me close, his hand stroking the top of my head.
Well, I'm here now. We've got a few weeks together. Let's make every moment count.
I tilted my head as he gave me a gentle kiss on the lips. He pulled away unexpectedly, his cheeks turning bright red as he unsuccessfully tried to hide his reaction. You kissed me, and yet you're the one getting flustered.
Hush you. And when did you become so stoic?
It probably rubbed off from someone. The only cure is another kiss.
I'm not opposed to that.
Each kiss vividly reminded me how much I had yearned to see him. It made the wait worth it. If anything, it made our devotion stronger, and I knew in my heart we would have a long future together, no matter the obstacles. Aww, gosh. Ah, it was so cute. I fell in love with that root. I loved everything about it. I just wish these roots were longer with the whole romance stuff. So cute. Well, we finished KYLER's romance ending. I guess time to go and see what just being friends with him is like. We never did get our dance, I'm thinking now. Mr. Darcy. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I guess I'll see you in the next video. See you then.